A good beginning makes a big difference. Happy evening to all. Yes, Indian School Al Seeb made its beginning in the year 2002. And today, we stand proud and with our heads held high as our flag flies, achieving, accomplishing, and conquering feats in all aspects in this 20th year of its existence. In the present globalized world, the role of school has undergone a sea change, and education system need to be geared to address the challenges that have emerged out from this. And yes, Indian School Al Seeb is leaner, fitter, and is professionally prepared and always ready to convert half opportunity to success. And today, we are here together to unveil that success. Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAs. With immense exultation, we say 2021-22 is going to be a momentous year for our school. Education to each cell for growing to a holistic human being through Indian School Al Seeb, which leads to unfold the dreams into reality.
Incipiently, on this historic day, when Indian School Al Seeb is celebrating Educell at 20, we express a deep sense of gratitude to late His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed, the builder of the modern renaissance of Oman. We are infinitely indebted to the graciousness of His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq and the continued support of His Majesty's government extended to the Indian diaspora in Oman.
The lighting of lamp is regarded as to bow down to knowledge. Let's leave the darkness and step towards the bright path as we pray and light the lamp, which symbolizes abundance, prosperity, and knowledge. Lighting of the lamp by the Ceremonial Council. divine light is always there with us to lead us away from all darkness and gloom, to enlighten our ways. Trials and tribulations are a part of life, and our prayer gives us the message that God will guide us to wisdom.
I request the head girl of the school, Lakshmi Priyanjani Krishnan of class 12C, to extend a formal note of welcome to the worthy gathering who are here today on this occasion of Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAS.
Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies and Europol's Middle East LLC. Revered Directors in Charge of Indian School Al-Seeb from the Board of Directors, Dr. C.M. Najib and Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dhariwal. Respected members of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. Highly respected Mr. M.P. Vinoba, Senior Principal and Education Advisor to the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman. Highly valued President, School Management Committee, Mr. R. Ranjit Kumar, and all other esteemed members of the School Management Committee, Principals of Indian Schools in Oman, special invitees, well-wishers, architects of Indian School Al-Seeb, dear parents, alumni of Indian School Al-Seeb, beloved Principal Dr. Leena Francis, teaching and non-teaching staff of Indian School Al-Seeb fraternity, and my dear fellow students, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Benjamin Franklin. Today is a momentous day, a day to be written in golden letters in the annals of Indian School Al-Seeb. Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAS. A time to reflect on the school's past and those that have helped to shape who we are, and to acknowledge the community members, both past and present, who have influenced the character and values that embody the vibrant, engaging, and safe environment we see today. It is an opportunity to laugh, cry, remember, and to praise the memories of this wonderful school. On this auspicious occasion, it is my proud privilege to welcome wholeheartedly our chief guest, Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies and Europol's Middle East LLC. Dr. Tahir Al-Kindi is a name of acclaim in the Oman technical education and commercial sector. He has studied in the United Kingdom and achieved a master's degree in electronic engineering and later a doctorate in philosophy in economic development, globalization, human capital, and skill information. To his credit, he is a veteran entrepreneur with over 20 plus years of business experience around the world. He is a board member of a number of leading business organizations in Oman. After 23 years, he has retired from the Royal Guard of Oman, where he was in the rank of full colonel, serving in the capacity of a vice principal of the Royal Guard of Oman Technical College that was founded by His Majesty in the Sultanate of Oman in 1976. He is one of the founders of over 20 companies internationally and in Oman: Datamount, Europol's Middle East LLC, Ray International Group, Ray International Energy, Ray International Oil and Gas, Ray International Skills Development, United Finance SAOG, to name a few. His passion is to invest in people who will be able to contribute and drive the development of the economy of Oman and around the region by providing solutions using latest technologies for different circumstances and disciplines. On behalf of Indian School Al-Seeb fraternity, I accord a cordial welcome to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I am greatly honored to welcome Dr. C.M. Najib, Director in charge of Indian School Al-Seeb from the Board of Directors. Dr. C.M. Najib was bestowed an honorary doctorate from Commonwealth Vocational University of Kingdom of Tonga. Sir has over 45 years of professional experience in the maritime industry, spanning over ship agencies, 3PL, shipping, warehousing, and a key member responsible for developing and executing corporate strategies. He was nominated by the Government of Oman to be a panel member for the logistics sector of the National Program for Enhancing Economic Diversification and developed innovative solutions and proposals alongside industry leaders. He has developed the liner, tramp, fishing, cruise, transportation, freight forwarding businesses. He is also a member of the Omani Center for Investment Promotion and Export Development. He implemented various initiatives to improve trade efficiency between government authorities and service providers. His areas of expertise are relationships with ship owners and operators all over the world, extensive contacts in the Indian shipping industry, implementation of best practices in the industry, port terminal operations in Southeast Asia and Europe, people management, public-private partnership, organizational reform and alignment, tendering and negotiated solutions, merger and acquisition, public and event speaker, business strategy, entrepreneurial leadership, international business development, visionary leadership. Welcome, sir. I am immensely privileged to welcome Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dhariwal, the Director in charge of Indian School Al-Seeb from the Board of Directors. Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dhariwal is the Country Manager of Advanced Medical Instruments Company LLC. He is an electrical engineer and also holds an MBA in HR. He has been associated with the Indian Social Club Hindi Wing since 2002 and is heading it as its convener since 2012. For over a decade, he has been actively involved in several cultural and social activities of the Hindi and Sanskrit wing of the Indian Social Club. Since 2008, he is associated with NGO imparting education to tribal and rural children in India. He has been nominated by the embassy to the board of directors. He is the director in charge of Indian School Al-Seeb, Indian School Ibra and Indian School Kasab. Welcome, sir. I wholeheartedly welcome all the members of the board of directors who have graced this occasion. Welcome, sirs. I sincerely welcome Mr. R. Ranjit Kumar, President, School Management Committee, and all the worthy members of the School Management Committee who have been rendering their valuable service and expertise in the ever-growing progress and development of the school. Welcome you, sirs. I wholeheartedly welcome all the principals of Indian schools in Oman, special invitees, well-wishers, architects of Indian School Al-Seeb. It is with great honor that I welcome all the dear parents to this grand function. I sincerely welcome all the alumni of Indian School Al-Seeb. I respectfully welcome our versatile principal, Dr. Lena Francis, a lady with clear vision and mission, who is the profound source of inspiration and guidance behind this noble venture despite the crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Welcome you, ma'am. It is with great pride that I welcome the teaching and non-teaching staff of Indian School Al-Seeb fraternity and all my dear fellow students to the grand inauguration. A hearty welcome to all to Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAS, educating each cell for growing to a holistic human being through Indian School Al-Seeb, unfolding each dream into reality. That is Educell at 20.
Thank you, Lakshmi. I humbly request the President of the School Management Committee, Mr. R. Ranjit Kumar, to address the gathering on this significant day of Indian School Al-Seeb.
Good evening, everyone. As we stand in this moment, I will begin my speech by showing our sincere gratitude to late Sultan, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said, for his tremendous support to the Indian community and the schooling system, and His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said. We express our sincere gratitude and thank you to every one of them of the Oman country. And I begin my speech by welcoming our chief guest, Dr. Tariq Ibrahim Ahmad Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray Oman Group of Companies, respected Board of Directors members, DACs, Mr. Najib, and Ganesh Dhariwal, and principals of other schools, well-wishers, and our school staff and non-teaching staff. Good evening to one and all. My dear parents, who are the real instrumental and support to the schooling system, and students and alumni and all well-wishers. Good evening to one and all. As we are stepping into the 20th year, I would like to thank all the people who are rendered tremendous support for the instrumental where we stand now. Without them, it is not possible to reach at this level. Reaching this level is not very easy. There are so many efforts put up by so many people, and we are standing in the shade of them, and we have a long way to go, and the world is full of challenges, and we are developing very good citizens around the world by giving a very good education with very quality system what we are following now. Having achieved all this, we have a lot of challenges ahead. That is, as we have a logo, Educell, that is to educate every cell and every students and to bring them in a well way that they are the true citizens of the world. I wish every happy 20th year, and we have a long way to go, and wish you all very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for those inspiring words. A logo describes the values upheld, a representation of history, culture, and tradition. We are now releasing the Educell at 20 logo. I request Chief Guest Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies, to release the logo.
Yes, please release the logo.
This logo of Educell at 20 is symbolic of education to each cell for growing to a holistic human being through Indian School Al Seeb, which leads to unfold the dreams into reality. Thank you, sir. May I humbly request Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies, to address the gathering with the light of his sublime thoughts.
Thank you. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. In the name of God the Most Merciful, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the members of Board of Directors and the staff, teachers, parents, students for organizing such event of successful. It's my great pleasure and honor to be part of this historic moment of success of 20 years of celebration since establishment of the Seeb Indian School. As myself an educationalist, I'm very, very happy to be part of this as we're embarking in a new era of innovation. As we know that this couple of years we've gone through the challenges. Pandemic, which has hit the whole world. This was a learning curve. And this is where the schools, organizations, companies, governments, individuals, families, parents, students, you name, all of this, all of us, we've gone through these challenges and we have learned quite a lot. As a human being, we have been facing a lot of challenges throughout our lives. Since when we were born, we have a challenge of starting a simple life of feeding from our mothers, sitting, crawling, standing, walking, and running. I always watch and follow the Indian curriculums, and I always follow the successful of the Indian students, particularly the parents. I always admire the parents of the Indians. The Indian parents, they are all supporting their kids for their education. I always tell my kids and tell the family as well, this is a great example. As Indians, they will sell everything. They will move to the closest school to find accommodation for the sake of their kids. It's really something which we have to learn from this. As Omanis, as Arabs, have to copy this way of raising the kids. I would like really to share the history, which I would like to motivate, particularly the students. I'll focus on students, and then I'll go back to the parents. As myself, those days, we were having very little enjoyment. We never had any cell phones. We never had any technologies at those days during the school time. And we were lucky that the late His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has come up with all these visions from day one, encouraging the education in Oman. As he said, I will provide education even if it is under the shade of the trees. Today, Oman, starting from 3 schools to thousands of schools in Oman, we thank God for this, and we pray for our late Sultan, who has raised us all. Therefore, within Indian school of Seeb, of completion of the 20 years, it has not come from only as a dream. This was planned. There is a lot of effort has been put in. And it comes firstly from the parents. From the parents. The parents had courage to encourage their kids to go to the schools at the early age and to stand by them and to support them. Even we can see people with a very low income, they support their kids by giving everything. As I said, I'll give an example of myself. At the age of 14, we used to work during the summer, as the government used to support the students to go and work in the different organizations, such as governments or companies or banks or any establishment in terms of engineering. My first job, you will not believe, at the age of 14, or just turning into 14 during the summer, was a laborer. I was the only one, Omani, at that age, working with a lot of Pakistanis, and I was seconded there to actually lift things, carry things. Some of things were heavier, I couldn't carry them. But because I was honored and lucky to be in a very special school, which His Majesty has created or established in 1976, we were very unique way of getting this education. So therefore, at that age, we could actually speak English. So within less than 10 days, I was spotted by one of the British guy that I could speak English. And I was moved from being a laborer to be a counter. So I will count things and I will record such things for a storage. At that time, we were getting 60 riyals per month. 60 riyals per month, what would you spend those days? You'll go and buy a sandwich. A sandwich those days we used to be 50 paisa. You'll buy a drink, a soft drink. A soft drink is a 50 paisa. You'll go to the cinema. Cinema is 200 paisa. That's it. You cannot spend any more. So this has taught me a lot, which I'm very proud of myself, and I'm not ashamed that I did this job. I always, first, whenever I go for a first speech, I actually try to encourage everybody. We are not ashamed of what we have done. These kind of the jobs, they tend to make us more stronger, okay, more hard worker, more of focusing on the way of life that you will value the education, because you will then, each individual students or each individual of us, you will be able to set the vision at a very early age without knowing that you're setting up the vision. So you'll be seeing that I can do this, okay? As Lakshman has indicated, very important there by saying that, the Indian school provide the knowledge, internationally. Yes, the standard of the Indian schools are very, very high standard. The reason for this, because there are so many competition and you have to work hard. But not only that, also the Indian schools, they don't only make students working hard, but they enjoy as well. We have just been hearing very nice music, which I really enjoyed it for that. And I will compliment this. Thank you very much for that. So this part of the enjoyment of being in the school. So if you work hard and you have the vision and you know exactly what you want to be, you will be. God will always give you the path which you want, as long as you work hard for it. I'm a believer of skill formation, capital investment in a human being. The human capital investment, this is where is a strong trend today in the whole world. As we have seen, the most countries such as India has the highest human capital investment, where we hope one day, this is really my personal hope, to see the Omanis who are high skilled working abroad, not only in Oman. So therefore, the parents, the Indian parents I really admire the Indian parents. I really admire them, because I feel they are really, I have the staff within the companies and with a mixed culture, and you can see they are really fighting for survival just for the sake of their kids to be successful in their schools. Therefore, I would propose for our students in Indian school at Seeb today that we have completed the 20 years today. These 20 years are just the beginning. The world is full of innovations. Today, as students in the Indian school at Seeb, I would like to propose that each individual of the students think at least 5 best specialization you see that could be the future, and you could follow at least one of them. For the staff, especially the teachers have a huge responsibilities. Myself being a teacher for several years, I enjoyed being a teacher, but it is between the teachers and the students. These days, the students have become much more knowledgeable than the teachers. Why? Because our kids become so fast than us into technologies, the way they communicate. Therefore, the teacher have to work extremely hard to be able to catch up with the students. With all respect of the teachers are the parents, the fathers, the mothers, you can name it any kind of the job. These are the teachers. Teachers, we should really have a high respect on teachers. They work extremely hard. They give everything from their heart. Coming to the staff who are running the college, I have been also running the schools. I also myself have run the school and then run the college, knowing exactly that how much the principal, the administrators, the heads of departments, the head of the school, the head of different sections, including even the cleaners, I would say all the staff. Believe me, it is the hardest job I have ever seen in my life. But as long as you're enjoying it, you'll be able to perform and be successful. So I would advise the administrators, the principals, the whoever works in admin, is to continue support and be patient for our students in Indian school in Seeb, to ensure that we motivate them, we guide them at the right routes. So with all of this, if we conclude today as a 20 years celebrations today, this is a stepstone to the next innovative years to come, where we will see the Indian school in Seeb and all the schools in Oman, hopefully focusing in brainstorming of our students to enable them to be able to invent ideas, invent solutions, invent technologies. This is where we're all heading to. The whole world is heading towards innovations and technologies. Therefore, before I finish off, I would like again to take this opportunity to thank everybody, particularly Dr. Lin, for communicating and inviting me to be the chief guest of this event, a very special event. And I'm very, very grateful and thankful to all of you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody, every single organizer, the girls and the boys who participated, the presenter there, excellent English. I really enjoy your speeches and the way you smile and you address us this. I think the Indian School of Seeb has achieved a very successful 20 years, and I wish them all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your story. And we are truly inspired by the hard work you have done in your childhood. And we are honored with your presence. Hard work and focus is what we should learn from you. We will do it, sir. Life without thankfulness is devoid of love and passion. It is time to thank our revered guest for having given his valuable time. I request Mr. R. Ranjit Kumar, President of the School Management Committee, to felicitate the chief guest, Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies. We now present a token of our respect and good wishes to the chief guest, Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies. The portrait presented is drawn by Sherlyn Janet Albert of Class 12A.
Was drawn by our students, sir. Shirley.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Most welcome, sir.
Thank you, sirs. Indian School Al-Seeb, in its journey of 20 years, accomplished many feats and realized many of its dreams. Let's now travel back through time and witness and enliven the golden moments from its inception in the year 2002 to its first 10 years of journey.
create something that is candid, genuine, and beneficial to our ISAS readers. And here is learner's endeavor, and we do ensure that it is awe-inspiring. I am proud to announce the release of the latest edition of our newsletter, Learner's Endeavor, a quarterly newsletter compiled and edited by the Student Editorial Board. I request Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dhariwal, Director in Charge to Indian School Seeb from Board of Directors to release the newsletter on this significant day of Indian School Seeb and speak a few words, a day whence we celebrate 20 years of ISAS, an institution with the mission, Education for Excellence.
I'm very pleased to release the quarterly newsletter, The Learner's Endeavor, a very creative venture undertaken by the Student Editorial Board of Indian School Seeb. The newsletter covers the activities of the school, accomplishments, and the creative works of the students, compiled and edited by the students' editors. A hearty congratulations on this beautiful creation and all the best to all who are involved with this school newsletter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those inspiring words. I now respectfully call upon our guest of honor for today, the vivacious leader and multi-talented Dr. C.M. Najib, Director in Charge to Indian School Seeb from Board of Directors, to share his views and insights on this auspicious evening.
Hello. Good evening to one and all.
Good evening, sir.
I begin in the name of God, and I pray that peace and blessings of Almighty be showered upon all of our communities and our children especially. First and foremost, let me thank late Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed. May Allah bless his soul for all the benevolence that he had shown during the 50 years of his rule in this country towards Indian population, and especially for allowing us to own and operate Indian school here with our own syllabus. And I also thank the current Sultan, His Majesty Haytham bin Tariq, and his wise administration and Ministry of Education for giving us all the facilities that one would like to have in a country as beautiful as Oman. So, my address then will be to my dear children. Usually we start with the President or the Chief Guest. Dr. Tahir will forgive me for this. But let me address you, my dear children, my dear boys and girls, my dear teachers, my dear parents. You hear me?
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you.
Right. So let me address you with the blessings and with all the best wishes when we cross this milestone of 20 years today, and we are celebrating the so-called Educell program, which will last for the complete 1 year ahead. In 2002, when we started Indian School Seeb, we had a temporary rented premise wherefrom we moved on to our own building in 2007, which was inaugurated by the then Ambassador, Honorable Shri Anil Wadhwa. We have seen considerable improvement in our educational field in that area covering Mabela and Seeb. The school at Mabela came after a few years later, but this particular school was the first offshoot after the capital schools of Darsaid and ISM to move and then start an independent school by giving extra support to Indian community as well as other foreign nationals in that area. Today, when we look back, we have a lot of things to cherish. We have a lot of things to be proud of, but all that goes to our teachers, our parents, our students, and our communities who have helped us during the initial years to establish, to administer, to grow this particular school called ISAS or Indian School Seeb. Today, we have one important dignitary from this part of the world as our chief guest. Let me thank Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Al-Kindi, who is the chairman and managing director of Ray International Group of Companies, as I understand. By describing his own life, he gave an impetus to this particular meet and gave a challenge to our students to begin life in a modest way and to reach up to the pinnacle of life, whereby being a worker, you grow to a person who employs hundreds and thousands of workers. So giving a job to another person is giving life to another person. So today, Dr. Tahir is an accomplished person, I believe. He is a person who helped himself and also helped the people around him. If you look at building a company, you are talking about 4M. You're talking about money, you are talking about machine, you are talking about materials, and you are talking most importantly about man, an M called man. And that M is highly important. That is what Dr. Tahir also highlighted, how you need to handle people in growing your own businesses in the communities around you, by helping them, by caring for them, by building self-confidence in them, by allowing them to self-start their own businesses, and also in their own life, practicing self-discipline so that he or she will reach up to the destiny by himself or herself. He will not work or she will not work on the basis of a destiny which is written by someone else for him or her. We must chart out, we must write our own destiny, my dear boys and girls. You should know and you should understand yourself first. The knowledge of knowing yourself is the best knowledge in the world. When you know who you are, what you can, how you can, when you can do the things, You will take out your skills according to the time, according to the demand of the situation, according to the opportunities that come by, and you will definitely grow. You don't let any become an equipment or an instrument in somebody else's hands. You be your own person. When I interview boys and girls for my job in the company, I ask them, what are the expectations of you at work? What you want to be? One. Number two, then I ask, what are the perks, salaries and this and that you want? Then some people, who are in dire need of job would say, no, anything according to your company or anything, any job, anything like this. I said, no, you must know who you are and you must demand what you are worth for. If you are an engineer, you must be the best engineer. If you are a builder, you must be the best builder. If you are a marketing person, you must be the best in the industry. And if you are a social worker, as an activist, you must be the best to be counted amongst them. And this is how you self-sustain, you create self-respect, and you create love for your own family. You build communities around, you love other communities, and you let others live in a similar manner you live, and you share the joy of your own house, your own achievements, your own acclaim, your own money, your own power, your own attainment, whatever you have. You would want to be a sharing person. Then only you are a good human being. There is no good doctor who can create hundreds of surgeries, if carry out a lot of work and this and that, and demand huge money in return. He is not a good doctor. He or she is a good doctor who would have sympathy, empathy, love, care, concern, respect for others, and who would want to share the grief of others. A builder, similarly, a leader, a politician, a religious scholar, whoever it is, those who are working for money will end up. There are so many billionaires we have seen committing suicide. We have seen so many celebrities committing suicide. We have seen hundreds of people giving classes for peace of mind and this and that, ending their life in suicide. This is where you are not knowing yourself first. So you understand who you are, you work to build yourself, and then you work in tandem with the communities around you so that they can also grow. Today, for the past nearly 2 years, most of our people are facing economic mishaps. No jobs, no opportunities, nothing, no movements, no travel. And people are scared. People are having a lot of poverty around. So you have to rise up to these challenges. You should not make money now like we make money from vaccinations and from all these doses, all these big pharmaceutical companies are doing. You should have, like, in our great nation, have also practiced the so-called vaccine Maitri. We spend hundreds of thousands of doses of vaccines against COVID across the countries free of cost. This is where we must learn to share our knowledge, our money, our position, our care for others. Similarly, you must start loving your own members of family first. It all starts from your home. My dear boys and girls, you are celebrating in the school. As soon as you graduate from the school, don't run after girls. Don't run after positions. Don't run after power. Go after your parents to take care of them the way they have taken care of in your childhood. When you were not able to crawl, they took themselves the responsibility to hold you in their hands. They gave their warmth to you, the body warmth, the heart warmth, and everything. Similarly, you will have to return that love and respect. Don't, at any point in time, disobey. The now young boys and girls run after their fiancés. leaving their parents away and creating a bloody havoc in the society, enmity in the society. That is not your job. Your job is to create harmony in the society. Your job is to build the society. Your job is to work for your country and to your and for the benefit and betterment of your host country. You must be a person who can be emulated for the generations to come. Someone should walk along your footprints and must say, this is the way my dad, this is the way my mom taught me to walk. This is the way my teacher taught me to work and live. And with that particular thing in your mind, thinking about your communities, thinking about your families, thinking about your country, we must live our own life and also for others. With that words, I like to once again thank all the teachers of Indian School Al-Seeb for bringing such a beautiful set of young boys and girls which caught the imagination of our chief guest, Dr. Tahir. And I really echo all his comments as well. The way they have talked, the way they presented, the way they smiled, the way they paused, and the body languages and the presentations, everything was super. I like to thank Ranjit and his team. I like to thank Dr. Leena and her team. And I like to thank all the previous committee members, previous teachers who have founded and nurtured and perhaps endured the difficulties during the teaching years of this great institution. I also want to say I am so proud of being a member of your administration, and I like to personally look forward to interact with you all as soon as the restrictions are lifted. God bless you all. God bless Indian schools. God bless Oman. God bless India. Jai Hind.
Yes, sir. We have a lot of things to cherish and be proud of. Your blessings will help us achieve success. We will remember the 4 M's. The last M, man, the most important one. We will shape our destiny, sir, with your blessings. Gratitude is the inward feeling of kindness received. As a token of our gratitude and love, we now present a token of our respect and goodwill to Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dhariwal and Mr. C.M. Najib, Directors in Charge to Indian School Al-Seeb from Board of Directors. I request Mr. R. Ranjit Kumar, President of School Management Committee, to felicitate the guest of honor, Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dhariwal and Mr. C.M. Najib, Directors in Charge to Indian School Al-Seeb from Board of Directors.
നമുക്ക് സമ്മാനം തരാ സമ്മാനം ഇതിലേ തരുള്ളൂ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ വഴി കണ്ടോ എന്താ തൂങ്ങിന ഇതിൻ്റെതാണ് എനിക്കുള്ളത്
you, sirs. It is an opportunity for the spectators to watch the most riveting dance performance, which is dynamic and graceful by the senior and middle section of Indian School Seeb. In the months leading to the milestone, there will be a series of celebratory activities to commemorate 20 years of inception. Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAS. It was our principal, Dr. Lena Francis, a leader who ignites imagination and instills a love of learning, who kindled a spark and initiated Educell at 20. Now with great pride, I call upon our principal, Dr. Lena Francis, to address the gathering.
Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies, and Europol's Middle East LLC. Highly esteemed directors in charge of Indian School Al-Seeb from the Board of Directors, Dr. C.M. Najib, the man of 4M, and Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dhariwal. Respected members of the Board of Directors, Education Advisor and Senior Principal, Mr. Vinobai MP. Revered President of the School Management Committee, Mr. R. Ranjit Kumar, and all the other members of the SMC. Past presidents of ISAS, past principals, the real architects of Indian School Al-Seeb, my colleague principals of other Indian schools, well-wishers, special invitees, dear parents, ISAS alumni, staff of ISAS fraternity, and my beloved students. Happy evening to you all. At the outset, on this historic day, when Indian School Al-Seeb is celebrating Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAS, let me express my gratitude to the vision of the late His Majesty, Sultan Qaboos Said Al-Said, to carry the name of Sultanate across the globe. The work towards development, of course, will continue under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. We are immeasurably grateful to the graciousness of His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq and the continued invariable support of His Majesty's government extended to the Indian diaspora in Oman. May the Almighty grant long life to His Majesty, peace and prosperity for the people of Oman. We thank the Ministry of Education for its constant guidance and encouragement in all our endeavors. On 15th of August 2002, Indian School Al-Seeb, an English medium co-educational school, was inaugurated in Al-Hail with just 457 students, comprising of kindergarten and primary section, guided by the School Management Committee under the aegis of Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. Over the next few years, the children increased not only in number, but also in age, which urged us to move the school to other two rented premises before arriving to its own custom-built structure on 1st of October 2007, which was inaugurated by His Excellency Anil Wadhwa, Ambassador of India to the Sultanate of Oman, with a vision where the dreams unfold into reality, and with a mission, education for excellence. Years have flown by. ISAS attained its recognition and its place on the ladder with teamwork, mutual trust, the hard work and meticulous efforts put in by many and many. July 2015, a new block was unveiled by the then BOD chairman, Mr. Wilson V. George. In October 2019, our MPH, along with a set of classrooms and labs, were inaugurated by His Excellency Manu Mahawar. At this juncture, I would like to place on record the meticulous planning and the long vision of all the directors in charge of BOD, presidents and members of SMC, principals since 2002 for their effort and energy. Over the years, our school has been involved in several different ventures, keeping in mind the betterment of students' community, like numerous life skills activities. Join Your Hands, a project for peer teaching among students. Talk shows on various contemporary topics. Transaction of curriculum through digitalized classrooms, to name a few. The basic objective of Educell at 20 is to have a time to reflect on the school's past and those that have helped to shape who we are, and to acknowledge the community members, both past and present, who have influenced the character and values that embody the vibrant, engaging, and safe environment we see today. It is an opportunity to remember and to extol the memories of this wonderful school through various year-long events till the culmination of 20 years by August 2022. With over hundreds of special guests attending this glorious event today, it's a superb opportunity to trace the expedition of ISAS and to showcase the incredible learning environment that we have developed in our society. The school's first batch of AISSE, that's board exam for class 10 CBSE, appeared in the year 2005-2006 with 23 students, and AISSE in the year 2011-2012 with 27 students in commerce stream. And henceforth, we are continuously adding more feathers to our cap by displaying spectacular results. ISS has been creating country toppers since 2017 in secondary school examination, that is class 10, and senior school certificate examination, that is class 12. Using the latest methodological and didactical tools in class, ISIS has herewith a set of benchmark, not only in Oman, but in the entire GCC, with accolades in the arena of education, co-scholastic, and physical education, leaving a mark of its own. For example, handball team of Indian School Al-Seeb achieved laurels in CBSE National Handball Championship in 2 consecutive years and proved their mettle by winning a second runner-up. They were also the CBSE Oman Cluster Handball Champions for 7 consecutive years. Right from KG through class 12, school exercise an excellent pastoral care policy. During the time spent at ISAS, students are given the opportunities to identify their needs, interests, and talents, and are supported in the hope of reaching their desired destiny too. No wonder ISAS is having such an active alumni, which is spread all over the globe in various prestigious positions and professions. It is not every day that you turn 20, and it is such a symbolic time when the character begins to shape. It's no difference for a school with traditions, culture, and values becoming ensconced into our future being, which will hopefully stand the test of time. Today, the school reflects and thanks to all the staff, especially the teachers, who served this alma mater since 2002. A special thanks to all the visionary leaders and my predecessors, the former principals, for accepting our invitation and becoming part of this launching ceremony. I'm happy to note that large number of well-wishers, alumni, students, and community partners have joined us on these virtual platforms of Zoom and YouTube. As we commemorate those who have contributed in the past to our present, we too will be remembered by those yet to be members of the school community to our immense contribution. Through a close and collegial partnership with everyone associated with ISAS, we can make our school a better place for our children to acquire the skills to become productive citizens in a vastly changing society, so that each can unfold the dreams into reality, as our vision statement says. A journey together to the same horizon, overcoming all hurdles, attaining success, and learning for life. Let me conclude education for excellence through Indian School Al-Seeb. Thank you for patient listening. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. You have lighted the torch, and we assure you that we, with full zeal and passion, carry the baton forward, and make Educell at 20 a unique venture. 20 years of landmark achieved. Halt! There's yet more to come. But before we proceed, let's look back at the momentous moments of the last 10 years at a glance.
ودلع يا يقول انا اتغيرت عليه انا زعل اولع ما هو كل همه ازاي ارضيه طبطب ودلع يا يقول انا اتغيرت عليه انا زعل.
Now, the head boy of the school, Jaden Johnson of class 12A, will propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Guest of the day, Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies and Europol's Middle East LLC. Revered Directors in charge of Indian School Al-Seeb from the Board of Directors, Dr. Seeb Najib and Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dariwal. Highly respected members of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman. Highly honored Mr. MP Vinoba, Senior Principal and Education Advisor to the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in the Sultanate of Oman. Highly valued President, School Management Committee, Mr. R. Ranjit Kumar, and all other esteemed members of the School Management Committee. Principals from Indian schools in Oman present with us today. Special invitees, well-wishers, architects of Indian School Al-Seeb. Dear parents, the alumni of Indian School Al-Seeb, beloved Principal Dr. Lena Francis, teaching and non-teaching staff of Indian School Al-Seeb fraternity, and my dear fellow students. Indian School Al-Seeb is on the threshold of completing 20 years of successful journey, and it calls in for a celebration. Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAS. This 20 years of its accomplishments is the result of a combined effort of many, individual commitment to a group effort. That's what makes a team work, and we are indebted to all the architects of Indian School Al-Seeb who played a vital role in the success of this institution. On this auspicious occasion, I consider it my great privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks. I would like to express our deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Tahir Ibrahim Ahmed Al-Kindi, Chairman, Ray International Group of Companies and Europol's Middle East LLC. Indeed, we are greatly honored and we hold in high esteem your gracious presence and inspiring message. Your words and experience really ignited our minds. Thank you, sir. We sincerely thank revered directors in charge of Indian School Al-Seeb from the Board of Directors, Dr. Seeb Najib and Mr. Gajesh Kumar Dariwal, for their presence and words of encouragement. Thank you, sirs. We extend our gratefulness to all the members of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman for being with us on this auspicious occasion. We express our profound indebtedness to Mr. R. Ranjit Kumar, President, School Management Committee, for his highly motivating words. Thank you, sir. My thankfulness extends to all esteemed members of the School Management Committee for their unstinting support. Our heartfelt appreciation goes to all the principals of Indian schools in Oman, special invitees, well-wishers, and architects of Indian School Al-Seeb. I sincerely thank all our dear parents for attending this function and for your cooperation extended at all times. We thank the alumni of Indian School Al-Seeb for their presence and encouragement. I wholeheartedly thank our beloved principal, Dr. Lena Francis, for her dynamic leadership and innovative ideas for the launch of this grand inauguration. Here we take this opportunity to thank you, ma'am, for initiating this venture. Educell at 20. We assure you that we will carry forward this unique enterprise and make it a successful one. Thank you, ma'am. Educell at 20 is the result of the cooperation, collaboration, and coordination of many who have been tirelessly striving to make this event a grand success. Let me thank Mrs. Hema P. Rosario, HOD ICT Department and her team, Mrs. Danya Sunil, HOD Co-Scholastic Department and her team, and Mrs. Sheba S., Coordinator English Department, and her comparing team for their wholehearted effort in organizing this event. Finally, I thank the teaching and non-teaching staff of Indian School Al-Seeb fraternity and my dear fellow students. Dear students, many more milestones to be covered, many more anniversaries to be celebrated, and Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAS, is the launching of a series of activities and competitions till August 2022. The thrill of new ideas, new programs to be continued. Let us all actively participate in it. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Jaden. It is the overwhelming feeling of loyalty and faith which sums up the word school anthem. Let's experience a sense of pride and a sense of attachment through our school anthem, especially when we are celebrating 20 years of success of Indian School Al-Seeb, where dreams unfold into reality. Hold on to your hearts because you may in time discover the beauty of Educell at 20, launching of 20 years of education for excellence through ISAS. As the event eventually starts blossoming and will reach its culmination point in August 2022. Educell at 20, educating each cell for growing into a holistic human being through Indian School Al-Seeb, unfolding each dream into reality. Henry Ford said, if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. So let's move forward together and attain greater levels of success in the forthcoming years. Good night to all.